Happy Saturday moment. I am moving some things out the way. Happy Saturday and happy Moment of Harmony. Welcome. Welcome to a moment with me. It has been a week. So I'm really needing this moment. I need all my moments, but I'm really needing us to do some healing, some growing, some being. We are needing to love each other, exchange, remind each other how incredible we are. Continue on with our declaration series. For those that have been following me, we are in a 23-week declaration series for 2023. We, at the beginning of the year, had a prayer and purge, and we made some really serious healing moves. We made some big choices and decisions. And then Booyah. Develop this declaration series so that we can do more than want and desire, but we can declare and we can work towards them. And it's been incredible. My voice is going in and out. Crazy, stressful week. Super exhausted. Even though some really great things happened this week. My brand new baby niece was born this week. Shout out to Miyoki Lee. I love you. Welcome to our family. What else did happen this week? Oh, this is said to be one of the most spiritual weeks of the year. I think Passover was this week. Easter and like Good Friday, all of that is this week, and what Ramadan was still going on this week. But they were just saying, like, with a number of spiritual practices happening in one week, this is like one of the most spiritual weeks of the year. I need all. I need all the light and love that can come my way. I need it. And of course, those of us that practice our cultural, spiritual practices and beliefs and rituals, it's always popping for us. You know, we're always fighting, always battling, always keeping it together. And just like everyone is out here keeping their head together, keeping their head towards the sky, right? Kudos and love and congratulations to you all. And like I said, welcome to another Moment of Harmony. We are continuing on in our declaration series this week. The declaration this week is I declare myself the main ingredient. I declare myself the main ingredient. This is a big one, guys, because we are looking at life. We are needing from life. We are turning to life. And so many external things are determining factors. Excuse me. So many external things are determining factors for our happiness, for our peace, for our focus, for our potential. And really, we just need to remember that we're the main ingredient. You are the most important part of your life. Now, when I say you, I'm going to keep reiterating this throughout the whole show today, throughout the whole episode. When I say you, I am speaking Jinyame, right? I'm always coming from my own cultural perspective, giving love, light, and respect to all walks. But my perspective is that's where my stuff is coming from. And I'm saying that Jinyame, which means one with the Creator, right? One with God. So when I say that you are the main ingredient, that is not opposed, different, separate from the Creator, from your power source. You are nothing without your power source, right? No power source, no power. You can't find an outlet for that phone is gonna die. Who cares what's in that phone? Who cares about that phone? It's dead. Power source. From your power source, you are not one, right? So all throughout, as I say that you are the main ingredient, I am meaning that the Creator is your main ingredient, making you the main ingredient in your life. Got it? Okay. You are the main ingredient. So the first part to that, meaning that first part of that, saying that we are the main ingredient of our lives, they're the main ingredients of our existence, the main ingredient of our happiness, even the main ingredient of our sorrow, of our pain, of our strife. You're the main part of that. You're the primary part of that. You're the base and the foundation of that. You being one with the Creator being your main ingredient, making you the main ingredient of your life. Okay? When we are saying that we're the main ingredient, and that we're connected to the Creator, and that our us being the main ingredient must 1000% mean that we are one with the Creator. We are in our spiritual places. We are doing our spiritual work. We have already married ourselves to a union with our power source. We are not confused about it. Even if you're still finding your way, even if you're still finding your rituals, even if you're still figuring out, but you're not confused about your power source and you're understanding that you aren't separate, you don't have demarcation. When we talk about declaring ourselves the main ingredient of our life, you're the main ingredient of your marriage, the main ingredient of your family, the main ingredient of your career, the main ingredient of your future, of your dreams. You are the most important part of that. In order for us to grasp that, work on that, nurture that, foster that, grow that, and continue that, because that's like constant growth. That's constant focus. That's constant development, because we are naturally in nature beings of service. Like that is really just like human existence is service. Service to the Creator, service to your fellow man, your fellow woman, your brethren. Like service is a natural part of who we are. Now we do come here and we get distorted and we get distracted and we get into materialism and becoming selfish, and all of these things start to distract us from who we corely are. But at our core, we are service, which means making yourself or declaring yourself the main ingredient of your life is a conscious, intentional declaration that takes constant work, because you're going to have to be in balance and focus to be able to say, I am the most important part. The Creator, again, the Creator is the most important part of me. Therefore, I am the most important part of my life. And in order for me to be the main ingredient of my life, of everything that I'm a part of, this is going to take constant work. This is going to take constant connection with self, constant tuning in, constant forgiving, constant healing, right? We're talking about an ongoing process, but we have to work on the declaration. When we're in positions and circumstances and places in our lives and we are just so confused and frustrated, we have to understand, hey, I'm the main ingredient. I declare myself. You know what? When I'm about to make a big sacrifice for someone else, when I'm about to shortcome myself, when I'm about to deny myself, when I'm about to ignore myself, when I am about to do an injustice to myself in any way, entertaining something you shouldn't be entertaining, indulging in things you shouldn't be indulging in, or even just a lack of growth and love and nurturing and enhancement, is you not understanding you're the main ingredient. You're the main point of it all. So being able to get to that place, sometimes you're going to have to stop. Hey, I have to make this really tough choice. Understand that you're the main ingredient. Hey, I'm facing this really horrible circumstance or situation. You're the main ingredient. I'm not getting the results that I need or that I'm desiring, that I want. You're the main ingredient, right? I declare myself the main ingredient. I don't, Mommy Mercy. I don't have to I don't have to get lost in trying to figure out, well, what's my next step? What's my next focus? Have you focused? Have you focused on yourself? Have you put yourself and declared yourself the main ingredient? I'm talking about getting into those places of struggle, getting into those places of discomfort, and also getting into places of hope and wish fulfillment. How can I get there? How can I be there? I declare myself the main ingredient. I will not lose focus of self. I will not lose focus of what it is that is needed. And again, coming from my cultural perspective, if I say I am the main ingredient, I am one with the Creator and I am not separating. So the first part of us being confused, being in chaos when it comes to our lives and our dreams and our goals and our ambitions is sometimes we are separating ourselves. We aren't the main ingredient. We aren't the base and the foundation of the choice, the base and the foundation of the focus or the direction. And we find ourselves in places that are not becoming of us, that are draining, that don't serve us. And it is because we have separated ourselves. So when we think about making something, We're going to go into the, y'all know how I love my metaphors. When we think about making something and being the main ingredient of something, it is the most important part, right? You're not going to get like, you can have a cake and you can substitute the eggs and you can substitute sometimes the water or the milk, but you cannot substitute flour. It's the main ingredient, right? You can have a egg salad sandwich and you might can substitute the mayonnaise. You might can substitute your bread, but you're not going to substitute the egg for the if you have an egg salad sandwich. The main ingredient, meaning that I work well and I am in harmony with all things in my life and my surrounding. I am inclusive, I am cohesive, but I am never outside of the fact that I am the most important part of it as it pertains to me. And sometimes we separate ourselves from the creator and not understanding that we're only the most important part because the creator is the most important part to us. Jinyame, we're one. So when I say I'm the most important part, y'all, I told you I'm going to keep saying this. I'm saying that as a being that is one with the creator, there is nothing more important in my life than me. That's a lot to say. It's hard to say, hard to grasp, hard to maintain, hard to understand, especially for someone like myself. And I know many people that I love that are like me, my friends, my sisters, my bestie. We are, we love so deeply, so fully, so completely. And it can be very, very difficult to be like, I'm the main ingredient of this. Because we just like, no, everyone is important and everyone is important. But where we're falling short with ourselves is that we aren't holding ourselves accountable and we aren't nurturing and caring for ourselves at the degree in which we need to be the main ingredient. Again, depending on external sources, depending on things outside of ourselves for happiness, for joy, for peace, for fulfillment, for abundance, when you're the main part of it all, of your own happiness, right? So the first part of undeclaring the first part of declaring yourself the main ingredient is knowing that you cannot separate yourself when it's convenient. Once I mix all the ingredients of my cake batter together, the cake, the eggs, the milk, the cinnamon, sugar, whatever, once I put all that together, I cannot then be like, oh, well, I don't want this type of cake and separate it. Take out something. It's mixed. And we don't look at lives like that. The most important part of our lives, mixed with many things that we need and are connected to that contribute to who we are, to make this one big, beautiful picture of our lives. But often we'll try to separate ourselves when it's convenient. And not just separate yourself from life. That's not where we're making our mistake. We're making the mistake, we're making the mishap, we're creating the chaos when we're separating ourselves from the creator, right? When we're separating ourselves from the creator, and we're doing that when it's convenient for us. We're doing that when it's convenient. We are, we are one with the creator. When we are in need, when we are in pain, when we are in joy, we might say, oh, thank the creator. We might, when we have the time, we might meditate. We might get into our spaces that we need to get to. But when it's convenient, meaning when I don't have the discipline enough, when I don't have the focus enough, when I'm not certain enough, when doubt is present, I'm going to separate myself from the creator. There is no way you, again, can be the main ingredient and separate yourself at any point of your life. Separate from the creator, which separates you from your life, and be successful. Be harmonious. Be meiotic. Be in good flow. Be in good space. Be in good character. So when you are saying, I am the main ingredient, when I make this next choice, when I go after this next endeavor, when I engage in this next situation, when I engage in circumstances that I've already visited and I'm revisiting, and I'm saying that I'm going after this, declaring myself the main ingredient, I will not create a chaotic environment for myself. I will not lose sight and faith in myself. I will not move away from myself. I will understand that I'm the main ingredient. I will unapologetically stand on the fact that my needs, who I am becoming, who I am growing from, who I am healing, is the most important part of where I am right now. It's the most important part of my life. And if I am connected to people who feed that, who nurture that, who reciprocate that, then they'll be better for me being better. And I can be better for these individuals, for these environments, for these circumstances. But what I must never do is separate myself from the Creator when it's convenient and still declare myself the most important ingredient. You don't exist. The cake does not exist. There's no way I can go and take the flour out or take the egg out once I've mixed it. Once you've become, once your life is yours, once your energy is yours, once your space is yours, you cannot then go in and out of that when convenient. You can't, in desperation, engage in low vibrational behavior and be the main ingredient, a healthy main ingredient. You cannot, in frustration and anger, be of ugly character and intent and still be a good main ingredient. You are spoiling your life, right? If the main ingredient is bad, if the flour has exceeded its shelf life and it is stale and it is contaminated in any way, I add it to that cake and I mix it all together, it is contaminated. You, as the main ingredient, must not separate yourself by ill intent, low vibration, doubt, sadness, pain, frustration, fear. You must in no way separate yourself as the main ingredient. You cannot separate when it's convenient from your life, from your mission, from your purpose, and from the standards that have been put on you by the Creator. You cannot say, well, it's kind of hard for me to be my best self right now. Or people have been a certain way towards me. Or I have certain trauma. Or I'm in a certain place. And therefore, I am not carrying myself as the main ingredient. Unacceptable, right? Your life shows you that. I am not demeaning or judging or chastising. I'm saying life shows us that it's unacceptable. Life shows us this is not going to work. You cannot be upright and upstanding. Do we make mistakes? Absolutely. Do we fall short? Absolutely. Are we human beings being human from time to time, not always operating in the highest level of divinity? Absolutely. Life is brutal, it can get. Learning and growing can be a painful, and it is most definitely a process. So my thing is, but as we begin to grow more into the stability of ourselves, and we do understand that you cannot separate yourself when it's convenient from your life, from your greatness, and declare yourself still the most important ingredient, the main ingredient. It's not going to work for you, right? So we are saying that when I am getting in these places in my life and I'm wondering, why is my marriage like this? Why is my family like this? Why are my friendships like this? Why is my money like this? Why is my body like this? Why is it like this? I have to stop and say, look, I declare myself the main ingredient in my healing and my growing and my becoming. And have I separated myself from the Creator, which is diminishing my effectiveness as the main ingredient? Have I separated myself from the Creator, which is diminishing my potency in my life as the main ingredient? Have I separated myself in any way, in any form, at any time from the Creator, which is diminishing the greatness, the power I have on my own existence as the main ingredient? I'm the best part of it. I'm the biggest part of it. Have I been doubting myself? Have I been pulling myself down? Have I stepped away? Have I engaged in energies and activities that are not the creator? I cannot separate myself when it's convenient and still call myself the main ingredient. I cannot separate myself when it's convenient and still call myself the main ingredient of my life. I haven't stopped being the main ingredient, but the chaos now will ensue because there is confusion with the main ingredient. There is staleness. There is a spoiling of your greatness. Keep yourself up. Keep yourself where you need to be. You are the main ingredient. You can't afford to not be up to par. You can't afford to not be available. You can't afford to not be healthy, to be sturdy. You are the biggest part. You are the biggest part. And when you are feeling unavailable, when you are feeling unhealthy, when you are feeling fragile, you have separated yourself somewhere. When it was too hard to keep it together, you separated yourself. When it was easier or more convenient to be low vibrational, you took part. Don't separate yourself when it's convenient so that the main ingredient is as strong and as potent and as powerful as it was intended to be. And that's you. So the second part of this, as the main ingredient, if you're missing, it's madness. Now, there's so many times because many people do know here that I do healing sessions, in-person healing sessions, virtual healing sessions, and we just do a lot of soul work, a lot of growing work, a lot of work together, right? There's so many times when people will tell me that they are good. No, I've been doing my work. I'm in a good place. I'm peaceful. I've been growing. I'm growing out of that. I'm evolving into this space or that space. And they will then display to me madness. Madness in their lives. Toxicity, dysfunction in the way that others treat them or the things that they engage in or sometimes the way they treat others. And I'm here to let you know that as the main ingredient, if you are missing, I'm going to reverse that. As the main ingredient, if there is madness, you are missing. If there is madness, you're missing. You can't tell me like, nope, I'm showing up, going to my Pilates class, going to my spiritual institutions, reading, learning, being my whole best self, following what it is that I believe in and what I know. Because once the madness shows up, it lets me know you are missing. Again, the whole cake, batter, eggs, sugar, water, milk, cinnamon, what have you. If the flour is missing, you got nothing but a puddle of madness. You don't have a cake. If I'm missing, y'all, it's going to make me a little bit emotional, but we're going to get through this moment. I told y'all it's been a week. If there is madness in my life, there is some point as the main ingredient where I have not been present. There is some point at the main ingredient where I have not been powerful. There is some point as the main ingredient where I have not shown up as the star in my own show. And when you allow other people to be the center of your universe, when you allow other realities to be the main ingredient of your life, I need this. I'm giving to that. I am because of that, other than the creator. Then you are missing as the star in your own show, and the show is looking for you. There is madness, right? Think of a show like Martin. Many of us who like Martin or loved Martin still kind of get back on those reruns, get you a good laugh. But Martin, imagine Martin, the show, without Martin Lawrence, right? His friends are all cool. We love Gina and Pam, We love Cole and Tommy, and no one's trying to watch a whole show without Martin. Madness. And when we don't show up in our lives like that, it's like quiet on the set. Where's the star? We have all the props. We have the shows. We got the co-actors. What do they call co-stars? We got the script. We got all these things. We don't have the main ingredient. Madness. We have nothing. And when so in your life, it's like, hey, we got this husband or this wife. We have these kids. We have this house. We have this job. But where we don't have a show. We don't have the production. We don't have the art. We don't have the success. Where is the star? If I'm missing, it's madness. This is very important to understand as being the main ingredient of your life. Because you will give over your marriage and the entity of it to your spouse or others. You will give over your children and the connection to it and the energy of it to your children or others, other places, other beings, other obstacles. You will give over your job and your connection to it to your boss and your coworkers, and it belongs to them. And they run it, and how they behave and how they show up and how they treat you dictates how you show up. When it's the other way around, you're the main ingredient. But we've allowed other things to introduce us, to cast us, to show us or create for us how we're going to be present, how we're going to show up. And we haven't settled with the reality that if I'm missing, there's madness. If I'm missing, it'll be madness. I gotta make a choice for myself, because if I'm missing, there'll be madness. I have to do what works for me, because if I'm missing, it'll be madness. I have to be honest with myself, because if I'm missing, if I do something that hurts her, sorry, y'all, I feel like something's on my chin. If I do something that hurts her, if I do something that shorts her, if I do something that stalls her, there'll be madness. So I have to have the courage and the strength for the sacrifices in my life, because I can sacrifice almost anything except for myself. I can sacrifice almost anything except for myself. Because if I'm missing, there will be madness. So when I'm not feeling the courage to be the main ingredient, to show up as the main ingredient, to behave and treat myself like, hey, I can't afford to not be okay. I can't afford to not be in alignment. I can't afford to not be great, because I'm the main ingredient. And if I'm missing, there's madness. And if there's madness, I'm missing. If there's madness, if there is chaos, if there is toxicity, that is my number one flag that the main ingredient is missing. If you're mixing this cake, mixing your cake, and it's just watery, what is this? Doesn't even look like a cake. I must be missing something very important. If I go to make this omelet and I just got salt and pepper and my cut up onions and tomatoes and I'm this don't look like no omelet, this is not coming together. You must be missing something. The main ingredient. If I go to make this smoothie and I got my bananas and my fruit, but I don't have no ice, no frozen, nothing, and I'm just like, dang, this kind of looking a little bit like a yogurt pudding. You're missing something. The main ingredient of the smoothie. Madness means you're missing, and if you're missing, there'll be madness. Take honor and pride. Take courage and intention in being the main ingredient. It's a hard thing. It takes a long time. But you eventually realize that I'm hurting this whole situation more by being missing, by silencing myself, by not fighting back, by not standing up, by not shutting down things. I am making myself smaller and further away from who I am and what I can be, and I'm missing. And there's madness. There's madness because I'm the main ingredient. People who don't respect or understand that you have to be the powerful being in your life. You have to be the most important part of your life. They are not in alignment with you being the main ingredient. They are causing you to become missing. They are creating madness. We have to stop that. People that are stalling your dreams, hurting your health, stop that. I am the main ingredient. Let me see how this works for me. Let me feel what this feels like for me. There are so many choices I've made. And I'm talking about in season. Not choices I make to see like what season I'll be in or how things will turn out. I'm talking about in a crazy season. I've made so many choices. And they all have still been about me being the main ingredient. Hard ones. Hard ones. Doing what feels good to me. Doing what I need. Giving myself what I need, even if it's only a fragment of what I can give myself. And it hasn't been easy. But what I am understanding is that I have the season I'm in is because I did not declare myself the main ingredient every time I needed to. Every time I should have. I let this take center stage. I let this take priority. I let this be the focus when I am the star of the show. And when lights, camera, action came on, they were looking for me. Life was looking for me. And life does not like looking for you. And when life is looking for you and cannot feel you in the seat where you belong, you will be feeling that seatless life. Last point, we're going to get ready to get out of this moment in just a little bit. It won't be a very long moment. I'm not in a very long moment Saturday space, but I am in a moment space, and I am always grateful and happy to have a moment with you, have space with you, share and engage and heal and cleanse and grow, right? We have to do that. We need to do that, which brings us to our third point about declaring myself the main ingredient, not forgetting what's the most important part of all of this is. So we went over not separating ourselves. You can't be the main ingredient and then separate yourself when it's convenient. We went over not being missing, being present and powerful and potent in your mix, in your life. And our third and final part of this is knowing what you need. Know what you need. You can't declare yourself the main ingredient and you don't know what you need. What did Fabulous say? Y'all know I love my music references too. Fab said, not that I agree with this that Fab said, but it's in the lane, similar. The main course, did he say the main dish is not as good without something on the side? I think that's what he said, the main course. I think he said that. He was getting at, you can't have your steak without your mashed potatoes, right? And he was talking about something different than I'm talking about. I do not substantiate that. I do not agree with that. I'm not in alignment with that. But the point is that what he's saying is true in being the main ingredient. Know as the main ingredient what you need. While you are the flour and you do make the cake, you need good eggs. You need water or whatever substitutes you're going to need that work for you and your diet and where your life is. Know that as the ice to the smoothie, you still need fruit, right? You still need something to add to that ice. Know what you need. We're not being arrogant. We're not being ignorant. We're not being egotistical when we're saying I'm the main ingredient. All we're saying is that I understand how very important I am in every single instance of my existence. And I'm prioritizing that. I'm honoring that. I'm acknowledging that. I won't toxify a body that is the main ingredient. I won't keep breaking a heart that is the main ingredient. I won't slow down or diminish anything that is the main ingredient. I'm going to catapult. I'm going to elevate. I'm going to contribute. I'm going to nurture. So we're saying that we understand that as the most important part, I must be, receive, and show up away. But I'm also understanding that how I show up is still greatly contingent upon what I need. Remember, the creator is the main ingredient of our existence, making us the main ingredient of our lives. Excuse me. And in being the main ingredient of my life, there are things that I must be in harmony with in order to have a whole cake. I cannot be a cake. I'm sorry. I cannot be the flour in the mixture and up here trying to go mingle with a hot dog. You need eggs. You need water. You need milk. You need sugar. You need cinnamon. Why are you sitting up in here with hot sauce? Why are you sitting up in here with Kool-Aid? You don't need that. Main ingredient, you just messed up your whole situation. Main ingredient, you just brought down all your stuff. You were doing so great. Main ingredient, know what you need. Know that you're the main ingredient and that you as the main ingredient will operate best with the things you need, the prayer you need, the prayers you need, the people you need, the energy you need, the networking you need, the shoulder you need, the resources you need, the talents and the, know what you need. You can't be sitting up in your main ingredient with chaos, with toxicity, with anger, with frustration, with low vibration, with hate, with envy, with shame, talking about you, the main ingredient of what? You are, at that point, the main ingredient, but only of chaos, but of creation, but of greatness, but of high vibration, but of love, but of light. I have to know what it is I'm going to mix with to create what it is I need. Know what I need. Know what you need. We're not just operating, moving up and throughout these streets, not even knowing what we need. What main ingredient does that? What's my next move? What am I doing? What is my goal? Once I have these things solid, I am knowing that the only way these things are going to actualize, the only way these things are going to materialize, the only way these things are going to be stabilized is if as the main ingredient I am as powerful and as potent as I need to be. So what do I need? What is the sisterhood I need? What is the brotherhood that I need? What is the mate spouse complement that I need? What are the routines and rituals that I need? I cannot be the main ingredient lacking what I need. I'm going to put something together. Before you do any recipe, they always tell you, this is what you'll need. Go ahead and start a recipe and go and figure out midway through your preparation that you don't have something you need. Guess what? You're not making what you were making. You're not becoming who you were becoming. Go ahead and keep trying to live this life. Keep trying to just wing this life. Keep trying to just figure this thing out, and you don't know what it is you need. You haven't had those conversations with yourself. You haven't had those explorations with yourself. You haven't reflected over those things that you don't need in order to gather and redirect and create what it is you do need. Go ahead and do that with yourself. And see, won't you stop mid-prep, mid-creation, mid-put together, and be like, oh, I didn't know I needed onions. Oh, I didn't know I needed peace. I didn't know I needed more maturity. Oh, I didn't know I needed more space. I didn't know I needed more time. Know what you need. Main ingredients. Most important part of your story. Star of your show. Know what you need. Stop separating yourself when it's convenient, knowing that you need something different than what you're getting. Separating yourself. Knowing that you're missing from the equation and still expecting your life to show up with you in it. Show up as a result that works for you. Show up as something that's appealing, appeasing, and great for you. Know what you need. As the main ingredient, I'm starting my day off. I got to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And what I need cooperation. I need partnership. I need kindness. I need love. I need rejuvenation. What is it you need, main ingredient? I'm going to get ready to go up into this workplace, this workspace, my business. I'm getting ready to go up in here as the main ingredient. What do I need? I need productive, reliable individuals. I need a peaceful environment that runs well. I need conflict resolution on fleek. Know what you need. You cannot, but if you don't think you're the main ingredient, you won't have that all together. You'll go in and you'll let people tell you what you need. People show you what you need, tell you who you are, make you into something they want to create. Oh, no, 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 I don't need no hot sauce for my burrito. Don't put no hot sauce on my burrito, baby. I don't need no hot sauce. Don't try to tell me I'm the burrito. I don't need no hot sauce, but we'll do that. Or let people come in and say, oh, no, you need more of this. You need less of that. You need to hire more of this, or you need to do less of that. You need to do this with your body. You need to do this with yourself. Or you should feel this way. You should think this way. You should. Guess what? Main ingredient here. The main ingredient. I am one with self. I am most importantly one with the Creator. I have shown up as one with the Creator. He is the main ingredient of my existence. I have become the main ingredient of my life as a result of that. And now I am knowing what I need. The recipe of my life requires me to be the main ingredient. And I need to know all that's going to make me work. What tastes will complement me. What seasonings will complement me. What textures will complement me. What colors. Come. I'm a little go with the flow type of girl. Aqua here. I'm the true Aquarius. I like going with the flow a little bit. But I also am understanding that in my divinity and my authority and in my declaration, I must have, I must exude the power over my life. I must know what it is that I need. I must go after what it is. I must come, fall no shorter. I'm sorry, guys. That was a little bit of a glitch, and it looks like we might have had a little issue with, I hope you guys can all still see me. I'm going to get ready to log on because it looks like there was a little bit of a glitch with the Wi-Fi, but I am loving you all, loving you to light. I declare myself the main ingredient. It's okay. It's necessary. It's the only way you're going to get the complete this dish that they show, at the end of the cooking show when they show you everything all pretty and garnished. You get to that because the main ingredient was present. It was complemented. It was nurtured. It was completed. It was prioritized. I declare myself the main ingredient when I don't know what to do, when I don't know which way to go, when I am feeling doubt, when I am feeling broken, when I have been discouraged, when I am confused. I declare myself the main ingredient. When I am happy, when I am making good choices, when I am picking my next venue or my next trip or when I'm going into my endeavors and my most creative spaces, I declare myself the most important part of this union of life. I declare myself the main ingredient of my life. I love you all. I see you for another wonderful moment of harmony. Let's have a much better week next week. I don't know who else's week was as crazy as mine. I know a couple of people we had some full moon energy weeks. Better week next week, right? I love you all. I'll see you for another moment of harmony next week. Thank you so much. Love, lights, and get your moments.